trying something really new for me and way out of my comfort zone color-wise. I've seen this done by a few other ladies. The one whose name I remember is LaPierre Art. And it intrigued me and I thought I would try it. So what you're seeing here is simply a toilet paper roll or paper towel roll cut up into small segments and then sprayed with gold spray paint. And then you kind of squash them flat to cut the segments, and then you end up getting this shape. Okay, and if you want it thinner, you just leave it that way. If you want it fatter, you can just squeeze it out. I wanted to do it in a nice plain round mold, but I realized I don't have one. So this is a mold I borrowed from a friend. And as this is an experiment, I'm fine with doing it with this. So I laid them out in here for my pattern, and then I'm kind of worried I won't be able to replicate it. It took me a while to make sure I had it even and looking good. So normally what I've seen others do is they pour a slight layer, very thin layer of clear resin, and then they place these in. And I was thinking maybe I would just pour the clear resin in, but as I think about that, I realize that I need to be able to spread the resin out. There's so little of it that I need to be able to spread it, and I'm not going to be able to do that. So I'm going to remove these, pour my resin in, and then replace these. And here's the colors I'm thinking of using, which again, like I said, way out of my comfort zone. So I have some pigments and some flat colors. So some pearl pigments with mica, and then just some flat pigment. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use yet, but I thought it would be fun to do like bright Caribbean colors. I know that, you know, I've been to the Caribbean many times, and it's such a place of color, from the way the women dress to the way their homes are painted. It's just quite spectacular. So I thought, why don't I do like a fun Caribbean colored project? So like I said, I haven't quite landed on all my colors and my glitters yet, but let's get started. I'm going to remove these, and then we'll pour in the resin and replace these. All right, so I've mixed my resin. This is faux Rizzle resin, and the reason why I'm using this is because obviously this is going to be like a heat trivet to put something hot on. And faux Rizzle resin is the only resin I know of that is heat resistant to 500 degrees. So this should work great. Now I'm just going to put a thin layer down, and what this is going to do is give like a glass-like base, which will actually be the top when this is finished. It'll give a glass-like finish to the top side. And it's kind of cool in my studio today because it's winter and the door was closed, and so the heat really didn't get in here today from the rest of the house. And so this resin, which is quite thick anyway, is very thick and very bubbly. So it's going to take a bit of work for me to get the bubbles out of this. I don't want any bubbles because I want it to look like glass. I'm just going to spread this around and get a nice thin layer over the entire piece. All right, now time to try and get rid of some of these bubbles. Okay, there's a lot of bubbles, so I'm going to try some alcohol, see if we can't get rid of more of them that way. Oh, that's better. You can see them all popping. That's good. We're going to keep going here. There's a few big ones around the edges, and a great way to get rid of them around the edges to take something like this and just go around the edge like this, and it'll pull them away and up. All right, let's try again. All right, that's about as good as it's going to get. And I don't know if you noticed there, but after I sprayed it with alcohol, I just made sure to blow it a little more to dissipate that alcohol before I put the flame to it. Otherwise, it would have ignited. All right, so this is as good as it's going to get. And now we're going to start to place our pieces. Now, I just want you to know that some of these sides don't look quite as clean as the others, so I'm just going to be careful about that and watch for that and make sure that I'm putting the clean side down. And I do realize that these are a lot taller than the mold. So when this is all said and done, I will be buzzing these off. Not sure quite how, but I will buzz them off down to the thickness of the mold. And then I'll be placing a cork on the back side because, again, this is for hot things. So I want to have a cork backing for the countertop. So whatever unsightliness buzzing these off causes will be covered by the cork. All right, I'm going to speed this up because this is going to take a while, and let's place these. Okay, so this is very symmetrical as I can make it. Because I have rather large hands, I find it easier to move the pieces around with this to get the look I want. So now we're just going to let this cure, and we'll come back probably tomorrow, and we will pour our colors into these compartments. Right, hi everybody. So we're back. It's a couple of days later, and this has set my first layer. And again, I used faux rizzle on the bottom because of its high temperature resistance. But now I'm going to fill this with New Classic Resin Tabletop. So I counted these. There's 30 of these. I have 10 colors, so each color has to fill 3 of these, and I measured how much fits in one of these cups, and it's 2 ounces, so I made 20 ounces of resin. And now I'm going to mix my glitters and my pigments into the resins, so I'll quickly do that. Okay, I have all my colors mixed up. And as I said previously, these colors all remind me of the Caribbean for one reason or another. And mostly because they're very colorful people, and they paint their houses the most gorgeous colors. Colors that if I were to see somebody paint their house this color where I live, I'd be quite judgmental. But in the Caribbean, it brings the place to life, and it's gorgeous. So I'm going to start out pouring these center ones, and I didn't know how much these would hold. And I also realized I like to think things through a lot before I actually execute them. And I suddenly realized that I had originally planned to pour these colors in a different mold, which had higher sides. So I cut these for that side. And then when I was thinking about it at home, I suddenly realized, to my horror, that these were going to be too tall, and I wasn't going to be able to fill them to the top, which means now I have to kind of guess that I'm doing them uniformly, and I don't know. I'm going to try my best. But what that's going to result in is an uneven surface because I'm going to have to cut all these cardboards down. So I may end up having to sand the whole back down to an even level. We'll see. So that's what happens when you change your mind. Then things don't quite go as planned. And like I said, using these colors is a real out of my comfort zone. I very much work with mostly ocean shades and then kind of flowery colors. And these are like wild colors that I have, some of these I have never used. I have never even opened the package. So yeah, this is going to be very interesting. And now I have to kind of figure out where I'm going to place these, because I'm doing 3 of each, which means there's going to be kind of 2 of one color on one side and 1 on the other. And I don't know, I'm a little bit nervous about getting them placed really well. So I think I'm going to do one side first and then see what happens. Being careful to remember that I can only use each color 3 times. So once I've used it twice, I'm going to put it over here. Oh dear. Okay, let's see. Let's put this one here. I'm all about symmetry. I get my nails done and I drive the girls crazy, because if my nails are not symmetrical, like perfectly symmetrical, I can't leave the salon. They have to fix it. And I actually got fired by a nail tech over that after a few months of like, my nails are crooked, my nails are crooked, I don't like them, my nails are crooked. She's like, I can't do you anymore. You're far too picky. Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's just the way I am. So yes, this again, this is why this is kind of out of my comfort zone, because this is going to take a little bit of well, not practice, but like, it's going to take some effort to get this symmetrical. So it makes me a little nervous. I do have to say, it makes me a little nervous. But oh my gosh, I'm loving the way this looks. The colors are beautiful. Oh, I was going to sell this, but I might have to keep it. I don't have all these colors in my house, but oh, I'm just loving this. Okay, where's my gold? I have to put some gold in here. Let's put some gold here. Now, you'll be like, why does the gold remind you of the Caribbean? And I'll tell you why. As poor as some of those people are, they have a lot of gold jewelry. All the men wear heavy gold chains. And so this makes me think of that. This makes me think of those men and their heavy chains. Okay, I have to put one of these over here. Oh, that's beautiful too. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm actually really, really excited. This is looking gorge. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. What do you think? Do you love it? I am so excited right now. I'm so excited. Okay, now here comes the tricky bit. Here comes the tricky bit to put more colors in here that I've already used now and not be kind of repeating. Oh, there's a bit of glitter in there. I don't want that glitter to fall in. Let me get that out. Okay. That's the other thing too, is I've got to be really careful not to drip this into another little cavity, because I don't want the colors to blend up. Okay, see, now I need a color here. This is going to be awkward. Okay, well, I'll just go with this right now. So let's put this orange over here. It looks like I probably made too much resin, but that's okay. I don't mind. It's fine. Put this green here. When I get this all done, I'm going to be very critical of it and saying, oh, I should have put this there and I should have put that there and blah, blah, blah. I can be very, very critical of my work. I think everybody is critical of their own work. Okay, I need some more purple. Let's put a purple. Where should we put a purple? Here. Okay, let's put a gold up there. Put gold here. You're probably yelling at the computer, put one here, put this color there, put that color there. I don't know, I'm just doing my best. Okay, we need some more of this Caribbean blue for sure. Okay, now what other color should I use? Let's see. I need to put something here that isn't already. Ugh, see, this is where it gets hard. What can I put there that I haven't already used somewhere else and isn't too close? Oh, you know what I haven't put here? Is I haven't done this color. I love this glitter so much. It's beautiful. I need to put in, let's see, I've got my 3 purples, got my 3 greens. This one I need more of. Okay, we're gonna put that here. All right, now what? Oh dear. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is where it gets tricky. Oh dear. I think I've painted myself into a bit of a corner. I think I can do another gold right here. Yeah, that looks fine there. Okay, I'm done with the gold. Done with the purple. Done with the yellow. Done with the green, although I think I need a little bit more green in this one. Okay, done with the green. Now this blue, I don't know if I can put another one of those in. If I put this here, it's going to match there. I need to put another one of these down, but I can't really put it where I want to because it's too close to like colors. This is tricky. Can I put another blue glitter? No, I can't. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to mix another color just to give me something different for those two. So let me find another color. Although how can I mix another color when I don't have any? No, it's not gonna work. I think I was gonna have to make these colors work. Okay, so think, Sandra, think. You know what? I can afford another green. Even though I already have 3, I'm gonna put a green there. I have too many oranges here. I already have a gold, already have a blue. Well, maybe I'll just put this Caribbean blue here because I need another one of these and I think it'll be fine. It's not going to be perfect, obviously, but it'll be fine. Yeah, I think that looks all right. Okay, now, obviously, I can't put a flame to this or I will torch my paper. So I'm going to just spray it with alcohol. And hopefully that will take care of it. Let's just add a little bit of more glitter here. There we go. A little more orange here. There we go. I hope everything else has got enough in it. I have so much left. I need to figure out what else I can pour right now because I have a lot left. Okay, let's spray this down. get all the bubbles out. Oh, it's so beautiful. All right, so I'm going to let this set up, and then I will do the in-between. And I'm going to do the in-between a very sparkly black. Now, this doesn't have a lot of sparkle in it, but I'm going to add a lot of glitter to it, a lot of black glitter. All right, I'm going to turn off the camera and we'll come back when this is ready to pour the black. So we're back, it's the next day, and I've just mixed 4 ounces of New Classic resin, or sorry, 8 ounces of New Classic resin, which I then put about half of it in this cup, and I mixed in Just For You Online UK Black Pearl, and a healthy amount of Martha, I can't read this, but it's a black sparkle glitter. It's hard to read the black writing against the black glitter. It's actually impossible. Now I've put some of it into this little cup so I can squeeze it, and I'm going to start pouring it in these bigger areas, and then I think I will pour some into a syringe and do the really tight areas with a syringe. But right now I'm going to try just pouring it from here, see how we do. Now I'm just topping it up to make sure that it's as even as it can be. I'm just eyeballing it, and I'm not really sure, you know, if these are going to be super even, but like I said, I'm going to be sanding all of this anyway to get rid of the excess cardboard, bring it all down to the same level. So I think it will be fine, but just gonna top them up because I don't want to have any low spots. I would rather have high spots that I have to sand down than to have low spots that I can't do anything about other than maybe have to pour more resin and fill them, and I don't want to do that. So yeah. And the reason I used black is because I thought it would make these colors really jump out. And it also reminds me of like a Caribbean night, you know, because in the Caribbean, there's not a lot of artificial light at night. The sky is incredible. It's pitch dark, especially if there's no moon or a low moon, or a sliver moon, but it's so very dark with like little bits of stars. And so I thought this kind of reminded me of the night sky. So now I'm going to use my alcohol to get rid of the bubbles because I can't torch it. Like I said, I don't want to set these little paper things on fire. So lots of alcohol should get rid of the bubbles. This is a beautiful pigment by Just For You Online UK. It is hard to get like a pure black. And I know I said I was going to use a mica, but I started to think about that again, because I like to do things in my head about 100 times before I do them. I was thinking a lot about this at home, and I was thinking, you know, I don't want the sheen of the mica that you can see here to compete with the glitter. I wanted the glitter to be very obvious. So that's why I decided to go with just a plain flat black without the pearly. I mean, I know it says it's a pearl, but I don't see the pearl in it. And I didn't want to have that mica color, so the mica sheen. And I'm just chopping it up so it comes right to the edge, top edge of this mold. And then we'll be done. We just let it set up again. And tomorrow we can unmold it, and I'm very excited to unmold it. I'm really excited to see how it looks on the bottom side. I think that clear coat is going to make the colors pop. It'll be like doing a dome coat, only I don't have to do the dome coat because I poured the clear coat in first. So I am quite excited to see how this will look. Now you can see here that I dripped in a bit of black, but it doesn't matter. We're never going to see this side. I'm going to sand it down, and then I'm going to cover it with some cork to keep it as a hot surface against a countertop. So this will be covered. You'll never ever see this side. We'll let this go. We'll see how it looks tomorrow. I'm pretty excited. See you then. It's the next day. This is all set up now, and we get to take it out of the mold and see what it looks like. And I'm pretty excited, I have to say. Interestingly, there's a couple of spots where the mold seems to be sticking. It's really sticking here. Let me just pull this back. Yeah, I don't understand why it's sticking there because I didn't use the heat gun on this layer at all. It's interesting. Lift this little bit of resin that's overflowed. It's really interesting. I did not use any heat on this, so why is this sticking? That's really upsetting to me, because also I'm borrowing this mold. This isn't even my mold. Just need to put some more alcohol in my spray. And then let's see if I can release it with a bit of alcohol. Sometimes that works. Going to release there either. Okay, I'll be back. I got it off, but not without tearing the mold right here. So now I owe my friend a new mold. Very, very frustrating. Very frustrating. Anyway, this is our working side. As you can see, these all stick up a lot further than the edge, so I'm going to sand all this off. But here's the other side. How beautiful is this? Oh my gosh, it's absolutely stunning. And I honestly don't think that this video does it any justice whatsoever. It is beyond gorgeous. I'm so happy with it. I'm going to be making another one of these. I was going to make another one right away, but now with this issue, unless I can patch it, I can't do it. But I want to do one in all shades of blue with a white background. So if I do that, I will post that, a picture of that. I'll figure out a way to put it up here on YouTube without doing a whole video about it, but I'm so happy with this. Okay, on to finishing it, and then I will show it to you. Okay, so I've just sanded it down and got it pretty even, but there are, I don't know if you can tell, but there are some dips in here, especially like this one, whole bunch of them. So I'm going to pour some clear. I'm going to clean this off, and I'm going to pour some clear to even out the backside so that when I put down the self-adhesive cork, it'll stick evenly to the whole entire thing. Now, normally I would wash this in water to get all this sanding off, but this is the raw paper here, and I don't want that to absorb the water and do something crazy like swell, or I don't know what it would do, but I'm not taking a chance. So I'm just cleaning it with some paper towel that has some Windex on it, and yeah, I'll get it cleaned up that way. And also, again, this is going to get covered up by the stick-on cork, so it does not have to be perfect. I want it as perfect as I can get it, but it's, you know, doesn't have to be flawless, because this should never be seen. Once that cork goes on, hopefully it will stay on forever, and no one will ever see the backside here. All right, so that's all cleaned up. I'm going to just trim these little rough edges here. I don't know if you can see, but there's a little bit of overhang here from an overpour. So I'm going to clean that off, and I'll show you what I use. I bought a new tool, and I really like it. So it's a little tool that's meant for cleaning out like holes, which it'll be great for here. It's got a little blade on it, and it just twists around as you go around. Don't know if you can see this, but it gets off the excess. And it also works really good here. And then I'll just sand that edge down with an emery board, and it'll be perfect. And then eventually I will paint this all gold. But right now I just want to clean this off and then pour that coat. So the next one I make, I'm going to make sure that I cut these cardboard pieces down to the exact depth of the mold. So instead of twice that thick, it'll just be this thickness. I think mine were about twice that thick, because this has created a lot of extra work. But you know what? Like I said, this is my first one, and you know that I'm all about filming my experiments so that we can learn together. And so that's what we're doing. We're learning together, and this definitely has been a learning experience. And I don't know that this one will be good enough to list on my Etsy. If it is, that it's exciting. Maybe I'll keep it. I don't know yet. Anyway, I'm going to finish cleaning this off, and then I'll pour the back. And I will film pouring the back. I mean, that's kind of boring, but I really do want to see the whole process. So give me a minute. Okay, so I just swung this over to show you that I've coated the top side with Elmer's glue. I'm going to let that dry overnight. This is to keep any drips that may come up to this side when I put the resin on the back side from sticking, and I can just peel it off. I can just pop it off with this glue. So yeah, this is going to take a little longer than I thought. So I'm going to let this dry, and then we'll be back tomorrow to put the clear coat on the other side and fill all the divots. Hey, so I just wanted to show you what I've done to come up with cutting these the right size. So I've got my paper towel roll. I'm putting it into the mold, drawing a line across, and cutting on that line. And what that does is give me exactly the right size of these to fit in the mold, so that I won't be having an issue with them being too high anymore. So I cut that one a little bit crooked, so I'm going to shave that one down a little bit. But yeah, I've done a whole bunch of them here. And what also the benefit of doing this is I'm getting twice as many forms out of a roll than I was getting before. So one roll now goes much, much farther, which is great. And the ones I already had that were cut, or sorry, that were sprayed, I cut them in half and I got 2 out of every one. So yeah, very happy with that. Hi, so we're back. Next day, as you can see, the glue has dried, and that will provide a barrier between any resin that drips down the side and goes under. So here we have our side that we're going to now put the resin on to even this surface up. There's still divots in here and I want it evened up. So we're going to just wipe everything off one more time. When I think I have it all, I see that there's more. So we're just going to wipe it all up. Also, a little bit of glue got on this side, so I'm going to take that glue off. Make sure there's no glue on here. So there's a little bit of glue here. All right, so I've mixed up 4 ounces here, which is going to be more than enough. And I'm just going to very carefully now pour this on here. Now remember, we're never going to see this side. So if there's little imperfections, I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to be careful to try not to go over the edge. If it does go over the edge, I have put glue on the side, but I would prefer it didn't. Just makes things easier and tidier. Okay, so that's nice and level now. It's filled in all the divots. So we're just going to let this cure. And then we'll be ready to peel off the glue and put the cork on the back. And again, this should be the only time I ever have to do this step because I have now cut the paper tubes to fit the height of the mold. All right. Okay, we'll let that cure.